It's that little gay talk show. Houston's hot mess of a podcast. A funny but thoughtful look at the LGBTQIA plus community.
Wow, we are back on the air. Hey, I'm Joel Tatum.
I'm Wendy Taylor.
And I'm
go ahead.
Spunkmeyer Brown.
Sorry. I was going to say we have featured guest Spunkmeyer Brown, who's sitting with us today. I was going to say that. I'm sorry. I'm so sorry. It's okay.
I forgive you.
It's my God, I don't.
Why? What did I do wrong?
It's a long story.
Because I'm.
It's not my fault. It's.
We're starting over.
We don't have to start all over. We just had a few kind of little blips.
Oh shit! Okay.
We're a little rusty.
Who are you?
My name is Joel Tatum.
My name is.
Wait, sorry. Are you going to introduce me or am I introducing myself?
Okay, how about this?
All right.
I'm kind of assuming I'm not really going to say much unless you address me.
3, 2, 1. Let's do this again. Hi, my name is Joel Tatum, and this is That Little Gay Talk Show. We've been off the air for a little bit, but now we're back. And sitting next to me, the lovely, the gorgeous, the best drag queen I have ever seen in my entire life, Wendy Taylor.
What's up, you guys?
And on the other side of her, my friend, a guy who comes on the show every great now and then, Spunkmeyer Brown. How you doing, Spunkmeyer?
Hey.
Spunkmeyer, do you know the Muffin Man?
Maybe.
Do you really know
I don't
the
know.
Muffin Man?
He lives on Drury Lane.
This is going over my head.
Okay. Is this getting into bad X
above my pay
territory?
Ooh.
Is this bad X territory? Is that why you
Are we already there?
a little traumatized by the Muffin Man?
Yeah.
Is that what it is?
Yeah.
Because I love my Muffin Man.
I do like McMuffins. No cheese, though.
Oh, how do we... This episode brought to you by Egg McMuffins from McDonald's.
They're not paying us. Why are you doing that? They're not paying us.
I'm just hoping. I'm hoping. Fake it till you make it.
Mm-hmm.
They're going to send us a cease and desist.
Yeah,
We
just
don't
like
ever talk
Burger
about our
King,
food
y'all.
again,
Okay.
ever.
Oh, brought to you by the croissant sandwiches at Burger King.
Oh, no.
Which-
The McMuffins is where it's at.
No, I'm all about the croissant
No,
sandwich.
have it your way.
The-
I'm loving it.
You know what I do like? The McGriddles. The McGriddles. McGriddles are amazing.
Those are pretty awesome.
Those are pretty awesome. I loved. You know, I had the breakfast tacos this morning. They were the blandest things I ever had. I forgot to order hot sauce,
Oh.
but they were the blandest thing. And you know, I've been thinking about those for a week. A week.
What the fuck is wrong with you?
Oh, I
I
hate
have no
that.
idea.
No, I hate that though. When you have a craving and then you finally get it and it's garbage.
Yeah,
and you're just like,
exactly. It's
why?
the worst feeling on the planet.
It's so disappointing.
Mm-hmm. And all I really wanted was we were on the way here. We were running a little bit behind. We're like, okay, let's stop at McDonald's. I'm sorry we didn't pick you up anything.
Yeah,
But you have a house full of food. You can get some.
Well, no, because we were like, we can't come to Wendy's house and be all like, feed us.
Yeah,
I totally
exactly.
would have though. Like I make the most bomb breakfast burritos, you guys.
Oh, well, next time then.
Yeah,
Yeah,
I make
next time,
amazing
because-
breakfast burritos. We have to stay stocked with the giant tortillas in this house because everybody wants my breakfast burritos.
Because I'm going to tell you right now, that breakfast burrito just left me. Now
Sad
I'm sad.
and lonely, sad and lonely.
Now I need a breakfast burrito and it's too late in the day. Is it too late in the day? No,
There's no breakfast
You know what?
is forever.
Breakfast is forever. I can find a taco
Breakfast
truck.
for dinner is the best.
May I say this? I will never buy a burrito at a fast food restaurant again. I'm just going to stick to taco
Oh wait, no,
trucks.
you have to. No, you get the taquitos from Whataburger. That's where it's really at. Ooh, that's what we really
Is
need.
that a thing?
Oh, yes. The taquitos at Whataburger.
This episode brought to you by What a Burger.
I didn't know they had to.
Yes, they have breakfast. Oh, my God. They're delicious. I forgot about those. Thank you.
Oh, yeah.
Yes, I used to.
That's where it's at.
That's where it's at.
Yeah. That was what I would do every single night after a gig. 3:00 in the morning, I would stop at Whataburger and get 2 sausage, egg, and cheese taquitos, a large French fry, and a large Coke with no ice.
Ooh.
Every time.
Mm-hmm.
Wow. Yummy.
Yeah. And
Okay,
now I'm really hungry. Fuck.
Who are we leaving out? Jack in the Box. Hello.
Nobody cares.
Jumbo Jacks.
Nobody cares.
No, nobody cares.
Nobody cares.
Nobody. I mean, Jack in the Box is for, hey, I got drunk last night. I need a double cheeseburger.
Are you kidding? I do crave my Jumbo Jacks.
Yeah,
Yes.
tacos.
This guy goes to Jack in the Box, orders 2 chicken fingers. That's what he orders.
Who, me?
Yes.
Oh, that was a phase. That was a phase.
Sits through drive-thru and orders 2 chicken fingers. I said, what?
That was just a moment.
That was 2 moments. That was
It
2
happened
incredible
twice.
moments.
Yes.
Both times at night.
And that you remembered.
But because you mentioned Jack in the Box. And I thought about the last time we went to Jack in the Box. I'm like, so I order all this food. My fat ass orders all this food. Knowing full well I'm not supposed to be eating any of this shit. Because, blood pressure and stuff. And this bitch, who is out walking every day, riding his bike, keeping himself healthy and fit, orders 2 chicken fingers, pisses me off.
What?
2 chicken fingers. The woman
Wait,
are you sure you just want 2 chicken fingers?
It was 2 chicken fingers and a Jumbo Jack, wasn't it?
Oh.
I mean, come on.
Oh.
No, it was just 2 chicken fingers. Because you said that's all you wanted.
Oh.
It was
I
a
want some
moment.
chicken fingers.
You know what chicken fingers sound? Is this episode about food?
I don't know. I don't know what's happening right now. All I know is that this episode is brought to you by chicken fingers, but just 2.
Just 2.
You want to get 2.
You only need 2.
1 for each of our listeners.
So Wendy, let's.
Yes.
We're having a good laugh right now. We're having a good laugh.
Yeah.
Now, Wendy, let's talk Wendy Taylor.
Oh God.
Let's talk Wendy Taylor first. Wendy Taylor, the entertainer and organizer. Why don't you tell us a little bit about you as an entertainer?
Me as an entertainer. Okay. I would like to say that I am the Bette Midler of our time. But that would be something she would never say, so I probably am not. But no, like a lot of, when you're a young girl and you're a singer, everybody always, in my age group, always wanted to be Mariah Carey or Whitney Houston or, one of them. And I wanted to be Bette Midler.
And you know what? I'm going to be honest here. It took me 1 second to get the reference. Yeah. Because I realized that when I think about it, I'm wondering, hey, do young people understand the fact that Bette Midler started her career in the bathhouses?
She absolutely did. With Barry Manilow.
With Barry Manilow.
I don't think that's widely known.
Fucking Manilow.
With Barry Manilow sitting at the piano in a bathhouse.
Playing and singing.
Where was this? In San Francisco?
Oh, this was New York in the 1970s.
Okay.
When, gay liberation just happened. We were running out in the streets, having fun, trying to, doing our thing right before pre-AIDS. Before pre-AIDS, we were, enjoying ourselves, celebrating liberation, celebrating the fact that we were out of the closet. That kind of thing. And, wonderful time if you grew up in it. I was only a child at the time. So wonderful time if you grew up in it. Not so great time if you grew up in the 80s like we did. 80s. That was, fun times.
Was it?
Fun times.
The hairspray.
Now, you guys were younger than me. I was more of a teenager. Preteen, teenager, you guys.
Yeah, I was still watching Thundercats.
You guys were still watching. Well, I was watching Thundercats too.
Oh, I was watching that's because you're cool.
Till I was 24.
Yeah, Avi.
I watched Thundercats last night. In fact, I can't sleep, so I'm just gonna watch Thundercats.
Ooh, speaking of Thundercats, since we're all geeks here, guess what's coming up?
Comic Palooza.
Comic Palooza, you guys.
Comic Palooza.
Comic Palooza is coming up.
Now, by the time this airs, which will be probably tomorrow, or which will probably be Friday or Saturday, we'll be deep in it.
Yeah.
I mean, we will be deep.
We're going to be immersed in Spock ears.
I'm hoping to be immersed in hot cosplayers who are Wolverine, who are.
Oh, you need a Wolverine daddy?
I need a Wolverine daddy.
Oh, everybody needs a Wolverine daddy.
Yes. I need a Luke Cage. I need a, what else do I need? Oh, I need a Monkey D. Luffy. That's what I need.
Everyone to leave me the hell alone.
Yeah, that's what I need. I need all of that.
I need everyone to leave me alone. That's what I need.
Why?
Yeah.
Why?
Because I have a boyfriend.
Okay, ain't nobody messing with you.
Everybody's messing with me. What are you talking about? I can't even be a wallflower.
You know what? That's actually a good point because you got a boyfriend, right? You just got a boyfriend.
I have a boyfriend. Yeah.
You have a boyfriend, and
congratulations
on that.
Awesome.
By the way,
thank you. He's lovely.
That's really awesome for a woman of your age. But
okay. She says, "Wow, she's got cobwebs."
Okay, you know what?
Let's not.
The shade is real. The shade is real, and I'm okay with it.
A woman at my age, bitch, I got my groove back. My groove never left.
And this house is haunted at this point. It's pretty haunted. I mean, there's ghosts. We were in the car and we were talking about werewolves a little bit. There's some werewolves in there. Maybe a Frankenstein monster that I put together of my perfect man. But my perfect man is all red flags, which is why he looks like that. You know what?
So he's beautiful till he opens his mouth.
Exactly. And then you're like, oh God.
And then he asks you to do what? He asks you to do what on your date? I know where you're going with this. Yeah.
I know where you go. This is a conversation we had before I turned on the
we're not talking about it. We're not talking about it.
Oh, I mean, we could chat about it a little bit.
Okay.
We can chat about it a little bit. Cause okay. So one day, as I was trying to dust off the cobwebs, I decided that I was going to order a proverbial pizza. As in, I went to Grindr. No, not Grindr. I'm sorry. Grindr is for kids.
Pizza's so bad right now.
Tricks are for kids.
Wait.
I went to Growler because I'm a respectable older daddy who respects boundaries and consent, which I don't know why I'm on Growler, but that's what I do. So in order to dust off the cobwebs, I decided to play around with someone who I've been bouncing around on Growler with for quite some time. You know, just a little chit chat, little innocent flirting, you know, a dick pic here and there. A lot of ass pics. You know what? Guys,
what's with the ass pics?
What's with the ass pics?
It's like, okay, block.
What?
I did not see me pick at your ass.
Footfire's savage, dude. He's just like ass pic. Swipe.
Well,
yes.
I think especially, you know, and I've talked to other black gays about this, especially the ones who are so gay that I mean gay. To the point where it's like, yeah, why are people of the opposite spectrum always assuming that we're tops every time? Like there's no, it's like they act like there's no black bottoms.
What?
Every time that a person who is not of color,
you can say it.
Every time a white person,
it's okay.
Well, it's mostly white gays.
This is bizarre to me, really?
White gays always assume that I'm a top. The moment I open my mouth, they always assume I'm a top.
You don't have top energy at all.
I'm verse. I'm verse.
Yeah, okay, that's
he's a bottom. You know what? He's a big old bottom.
I'm sorry.
Big old Nelly bottom.
He's got bottom energy.
You know what? I'm not gonna.
He could turn off my microphone.
No. I saw the little red thing on the dial. So
okay. All right.
You don't want that.
All right.
Obnoxious noise that the audience is gonna hear. But the fact of the matter is that like I said, I decided to dust some stuff off. Order myself a man. Got over to the man's house. Now, this is a man who was in my age group. And I said, you know what? Okay. All right. Another daddy. Let's do this. Got over to the house. Very attractive. In shape. pool in the back.
Oh.
I thought to myself, I'm going to be swimming for the whole summer, yo.
Yes.
I had already planned an entire summer of swimming. Of laying out in the
You
backyard.
moved in
You had
already.
your life all set.
You know what? He actually lives right in my, not in my neighborhood, but like on the other side of East Houston and like the slightly nicer part.
Oh.
Because there are slightly nicer parts of East Houston.
Yeah, oh yeah.
East Houston has become like, I think it's going to be
East
the new
End?
Montrose.
Uh-huh.
Oh,
I
Ida.
really see it.
Are you talking about Edo? Like East
Yeah.
End?
Oh,
yeah.
Not
East
Edo,
End?
a little more
East
further,
End?
closer to U of H.
Oh, yeah.
All that other stuff. I see it becoming the new Montrose.
Oh, totally. Yeah.
Easy. It's right now, rents are still affordable over there. So
Uh-huh.
if you're young, you can still find a decent apartment. Now,
It's edgy, it's slightly dangerous.
it's edgy, it's slightly dangerous. There's an upcoming
There's a great community. There's a great
art community coming up there. It's really, ever since I started working at U of H, I wanted to make that a point. Because every time I go to work, are you one of the professors at U of H? Oh, that's so cute.
No.
No, you should, go with that. Yes.
I
teach
teach
philosophy.
class of Ho 101,
It's called
Ho
philosophy.
102.
Mm-hmm.
They come with a matching lab, Ho 1301 and Ho 1302.
Have you taken these classes?
No, I wrote the textbook.
You described them so perfect.
I wrote the textbook.
You did.
And I'm in charge of admissions.
Okay, well, back to the subject at hand.
Yes,
Which
So how did you fuck this up, Joel? I mean, come on.
Oh, shit.
How did I fuck it up?
Yeah.
Okay, imagine this. Imagine that you are doing the do. You are switching back and forth. You're having a good time. You're doing all the stuff.
Mm-hmm.
You get in there, so to speak,
Mm-hmm.
and he says, "Hey, do you mind if I go a little dirtier?" And I said, "Okay, the talk's already pretty dirty, so I wonder how much dirtier it can get." So I'm like, "Yeah, sure. Let's see how dirty you can get."
Oh, no.
I didn't realize that was an open invitation.
Oh,
I didn't realize
no.
that was code for something. Because the moment I'm literally inside of him, I hear the N-word.
No.
And I'm like, excuse.
Did you
Whoa.
donkey punch him immediately?
Right?
I was shocked. First of all, I'm inside of you, and the first thing I hear is, "Give it to me, N-word."
Oh.
And I'm like,
I knew I'd be appalled. I'm definitely appalled.
What did you do?
my first thought was, so is this what it means to go dirtier? That was my first thought. I don't understand.
When you
why
said dirty, did you mean ignorant?
that was my first thought though. I was like, wow. So this is code for something? But after that I was like, so
I'm literally horrified.
do I
I'm like horrified.
do I finish or
Oh,
I mean what
So, I mean, did
I
you give it to
struggled.
him?
I gave it to him.
Okay.
But I also gave myself a lot of trauma. I didn't
Yeah.
sex. Consensual
what a
sex.
messed up thing. What the hell?
That was not consensual, by the way. And to me, for that, I don't have anything. Let me say this. When it comes to fetishes and that kind of thing,
We don't kink shame.
we don't kink shame.
No.
And, but race play, that's only for a very select few. You have to have a conversation with
Yes.
that person first before you don't have the conversation while you're doing it.
No.
You're supposed to have the conversation.
Yeah, that's
first.
something you want to make sure is okay.
I'm gonna go ahead and kink shame this one. Because no.
No.
Just no.
Mm.
No to the no.
Mm-mm.
No. It is 2023.
Mm-hmm. Thank God you ended with a 23.
Wouldn't that be hilarious if I was like, it is 2014, you guys. Nelly is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
Usher is where it's at.
Mm-hmm.
And we don't use the N-word in the bedroom.
we just don't.
We don't use the N-word, period.
And it's
My skin folk, you don't use the N-word.
No, can we, yeah. And afterwards, he kept saying, I'm not racist, blah, 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 blah.
I'm not racist, but stick it in my butt and let me call you horrible names.
But you called me the N-word while I was inside of you.
He's like getting dressed and putting on his white hood. I'm not racist.
Yeah, I'm just kind of
ask me how I felt about
I'm kind of curious how that turns the person on.
When his phone rings, was it the Grand Dragon calling?
Probably. Jeez Louise. Yeah.
I'm so sorry, Joel. That's horrifying.
Yeah. And it was like my first foray back into,
That's enough to make you celibate for like a long time.
I went home and I had to call my therapist immediately.
I'm going to have to end this podcast and call my therapist.
Because I was like...
I'm going to have to go get a therapist.
What? We have one. You can use yours.
Because I was in shock a week later. I was still thinking about it a week later.
That's bananas.
Mm-hmm. I can laugh about it now.
BANANAS.
It's like straight up bananas.
Because it's kind of funny. But
wait, you said this is like actually a thing?
Yeah, it's a thing. Race play is a thing.
I wonder how common it is.
They have porn dedicated to race play. That's how common it is.
I stopped breathing.
If you want to know how much...
He prepared me, so it wasn't a shock.
If you want to know how well a fetish is doing, just go on one of the porn sites. If they have a site for it, that's how popular it is.
Oh my gosh.
Like I think a few years ago, right now it's all about the step family thing, step brother, step sister, step dad. I don't understand that one either. I mean, I grew up in a house with step folks I didn't want to have sex with.
It's bizarre.
My fetishes are really basic.
Mm-hmm.
Like nothing like that.
I'm a basic bitch. I really am. I'm all vanilla when it comes to
I'm
sex.
more basic than you, honey.
Yeah, you're a side, right?
I'm a what?
We talked about this. You're a side, right?
I don't know what that means.
That's someone who
isn't into penetration. Anal penetration.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So, yeah, I mean, which I didn't know about until, a couple of years ago?
Yeah.
When they started using the term. And that was from a Michael Henry video.
Mm-hmm.
Who I love, by the way. Y'all should watch his videos. Hilarious. Hilarious. He was actually one of the reasons why I wanted to get into podcasting. Because I loved his videos and I thought maybe I could do that, but in a podcast kind of way.
Mm-hmm.
I'm not good at comedy. That's for the experts like Wendy here, who's actor, entertainer.
Am I an expert in comedy?
Yeah, I think so.
Interesting.
I think you have
That's something I've never done. I've never done stand-up.
Really? You know?
Oh, I think you'd be good at it, actually.
I've never done stand-up. I do parodies.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have several parodies that will, ruin Disney for you, but I do. My two favorite ones are a Part of Your World, but it's called Party Whore. And it's just the first couple of lines. Okay. Look at this stash. Isn't it neat? Wouldn't you think that I'm way into kink? Wouldn't you think I'm a girl who'll try anything? Look at this dong. Pleasures untold. How many dildos will my strap on hold? Come on, let's give it a whirl. I'll really try anything. Anyway, so you can see it goes on from there. And it's like, what do I have to do just to get you to use this goddamn leather flogger?
Nice.
I'm not vanilla.
Well, now is the right time for that, actually.
Yeah,
I'm not vanilla.
Oh, wait,
today.
at all.
Today is the right time for that.
Well, The Little Mermaid just released today.
Yes.
Oh, I should do a YouTube video of it.
You should.
Mm-hmm.
I should really release it. The other one that I do though is really great, and I do it with puppets because it's a duet. Blondie, go lay down. Sorry guys, my dogs are trying to be in the podcast.
It would be the first time dogs have been in our podcast.
It's just clackety clackety clack 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 clack. Anyway, so I do it with these puppets, and it's to Does He Love You? The Linda and Reba duet, but it's Does He Fuck You? And they just sit there and sing to each other and fight. And they're little Christian puppets. They have like God loves you on their t-shirts.
Oh my God.
And they're just like, I've known about this bitch for a while now. When he leaves me, he wears a condom now. As soon as he's away from me, between your legs is where he wants to be. And then the other one. Yeah.
Nice.
Well,
he gave us herpes too. Let's see what else is there in there. Let's see. And when he loves me, he calls me Amy. And I'm like, who the fuck is Amy? They're so dumb, you guys. They're really dumb.
Nothing wrong with being dumb every now and then.
Because I've got this ugly rash and you're the fat bitch to blame.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. But does he fuck you like he fucks me? Does he think of you when he's screwing me? And does he whimper all his fantasies? Does he fuck you like he's been doing me?
Oh my goodness. Yeah.
Is this an album?
Hold on. We need a
I have so many parodies.
Okay.
You guys.
Yeah, I want to hear it on Spotify.
I have so many
put
parodies.
it on my playlist.
I have that one, and I like the first time I shaved my head, I did I Have No Hair to Nothing Compares by Sinead O'Connor. Snatching wigs off of drag queens, wigs off of drag queens.
Speaking of drag, let's segue a little bit into drag.
Yes, let's talk about drag.
You have been an MC pretty much in the drag community for how many years now?
Enough.
Is that a number?
Enough.
Is that a mathical?
Yes, a mathical number. It is a mathical number.
It is a mathical number.
It's mythical numbers. Yeah. So, a long time, like over 10 years.
Over 10 years?
Yeah.
And you have been probably one of the most popular people in the
you
drag
think?
scene. Yeah. You
really?
Literally.
I just love drag.
Almost every club.
Oh, yeah. No, I did. I've done every club.
Put together performances. You put together singing contests. You've been an entertainer. You've been a manager. You've been a singing teacher. You've been.
I still teach. I still teach, even though I'm retired. I still have several music projects going on. I'm not telling anyone about them.
Was there any acting going on?
Oh, yeah. I was in several plays. I actually helped write a few scripts for a sitcom. What else? I was on reality TV twice. Never
what
again.
shows?
Wait, what?
Never again. You didn't know that? I was on American Idol.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Twice?
Twice. And it was fun both times, and I will never do it again.
Yeah, I remember your Steven Tyler story.
Yeah. I love Steven. Hi, Steven. He was really, really nice, you guys. Like, he really was sweet. There was this one moment.
Is this the first American Idol or the second time when you met Steven Tyler?
I don't know. They kind of run together. No, it was the second one.
And you auditioned here in Houston, right?
I auditioned in Galveston for one. The other one I auditioned in Denver.
Oh, in Denver.
Yeah.
Okay.
The other one was in Denver, which was awesome. Every time I go to Denver, it's hard to leave. I love Denver.
Yeah, Denver's awesome.
I love Denver. Oh my gosh.
I have a friend who's like, I'll never move to Denver. I'm like, what?
Why?
Why don't you like Denver?
Why? They don't like everything that's awesome?
I never got a good reason.
I don't like beautiful cities full of nice people that are good looking.
Right? Exactly.
I hate murals and art parties and good culture and civic pride. I hate all of that.
I hate those granola people.
Yeah. I hate the idea.
I would be so crunchy.
Sandals? I hate sandals.
Being in the mountains.
Yes, give me my Birkendikes. I love my Birkendikes. I love sandals.
I hate clean air.
Where's the smog?
I love the chemicals.
Oh my
Living
God.
life is better through chemistry, so they say.
Now, I know it's not Denver, but I did spend 4 months in Alaska, which was gorgeous. I
feel like that kind of trumps Denver, no?
It kind of does.
Worked for a cruise. I worked for Princess Cruise Lines.
Princess.
And what we did was we worked at the lodge in Talkeetna, Alaska, which is right in the middle between Anchorage here and Fairbanks up here. And it was the most fun and awful experience I've ever experienced in my entire
best of times and the worst of times.
Best of times. It was the worst of times.
Those make the best stories, though.
First of all, before I even got up there, this is what I was told by so many people when I told them that I was going to Alaska. Oh, you're going to be the only black person up there.
Oh, yeah.
And I'm like,
that's a thing.
Okay. Thank you for telling me that. I wasn't really thinking about it. I'm just going for a few months.
But wait, did they tell you at a party where you were the only black person?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Oh, that's hilarious.
Because usually I'm sometimes the only black person in the room sometimes. Basically, yeah, I'm usually the only black person sometimes in a lot of groups.
That's funny. I'm often the only white person in a room, which is how I prefer it. I like my rooms to be melanated.
Me too. I've hung around with the white gays for many years. And let me tell you something, the white gays.
They all wish they were black.
Yeah. Well,
they all want to be black. Like they love black culture, but they don't love black people.
Yes.
And that it's like a whole, I like my people to have some melanin in their skin.
You do not understand. You do not understand some of the things that I have heard. Now, this is the 90s. What I'm talking about is the 90s when I was in my 20s. Now, when I hear weird-ass shit like this, I'm like, you know what? Doesn't even bother me, except for the role play.
Oh, yeah, that's banana. That's so crazy.
That's an exception.
I literally can't.
But the white gays I grew up with, I'm like, wow, you guys, you guys have said some incredible things to me.
Really? Racist things?
One guy walked up to me and said, "Hey, yeah, I love big black dick."
Oh my God.
I'm like, wow, I just took 2 sips of this drink. I like the fact that you're direct, but you might want to talk to that guy. I don't know why you would assume that I would have a big dick. I do, but I don't know why you would assume.
Well, were you wearing sweatpants? Maybe he knew.
Well, unfortunately, sweatpants, they make me look like I have a vagina because I'm a grower. Oh. Yeah, I'm a grower.
Are you camel toe in your sweatpants?
I camel toe in my sweatpants.
Interesting.
So, yeah, I'm a grower.
That means you got junk down there.
Yeah. So, I do pretty well. I'm not, these gays' obsessions with 14, 15-inch dicks. I'm like...
No. Who wants that?
I don't know any woman who would want that.
Who wants that?
Nobody
wants that. That sounds painful.
Isn't that
as hell.
Permanent damage?
That is,
I'd like to have my insides rearranged. Right. Thank you.
Okay. Is it really permanent? There are some of us out there who can handle baseball bats and fists and that kind of thing. So I guess 14 inches would work for them. But for the rest of us who are not into that, I'm not going to say normal. A long time ago, I would say that. Once again, I'm not going to, we don't kink shame on this show.
I mean, I guess I've had a 14-inch turd before. So, I mean, it wrapped around the toilet. I was very proud of it.
What's the biggest you ever had?
Well, that's it for me. Good night, you guys.
The biggest bowel movement or the biggest the biggest penis?
The biggest penis. No, we don't want to talk about your
Oh
bowel
my
movement.
God, guys.
Except for that one time.
There was this one dick. Okay.
Oh, wow.
I am not kidding. I didn't believe him. And I left. I left when I saw it. Because I said, that's not coming anywhere near me. I don't want to die tonight. I choose life.
Was there a thickness to it? Oh, no.
So, listen, and it sucks so bad because he was a beautiful man and like really hot and really down. And I'm sure every single other woman on the planet is like, what is wrong with you? You are so dumb.
Was he blonde?
But, no. He was black and bald.
Blonde?
Because the last 3 blondes that I've run into had huge dicks.
Oh.
Huge dicks. Huge. I'm talking about coming up to your belly. Huge. Huge dicks.
Yeah, no. I literally...
Were they blonde down there?
They were transparent. I'm like, wow, that's white. I could write... Let me get my dry erase pencil. I mean, it's so white down
my
here.
dry erase pen.
Draw some doodles down here. Look at that.
You could draw a little smile, and his dick could be the nose. That'd be cute.
I could make... His dick was huge. It was big enough that I could write my entire week's work schedule on it if I could.
Wow.
Oh.
That's how big it was. It was big. I was shocked because normally, and I'm not into blondes. Normally not into blondes, but these guys had the personality. They had the charm. They treated me right. Mm-hmm. And if you treat me right, you can get whatever you want. Just treat me right.
Until they call the N-word. What the hell? I can't get over that. Like, I know this is horrible. I know it is. But I can't get over it.
I got over it.
I know.
It took therapy.
Yeah.
Let's call your therapist right now.
I will get over it, but I might need a therapy session myself. That is so beyond, like, who thinks that that's okay?
I know, but this is the world we live in, and I'm having a hard time adjusting to it myself sometimes because everybody
the pendulum just keeps swinging.
It swings,
and like it needs to calm down.
Mm-hmm.
I feel like it's just going more and more and more and more and more up. Mm-hmm. Got to swing the other way, baby.
And I'm wondering too if it's a lot to do with what's going on in the world right now, because with drag bans, with attacks on trans people, you know what? I read a story about a man who attacked an 86-year-old woman who had dementia. Beat up an 86-year-old woman who had dementia because he thought she was trans.
Whoa.
Now, I read the whole article. I don't know if he went to prison because he deserved to go to jail. I didn't hear nothing. I didn't read anything in the article where he went to jail or anything else. They just said he thought this woman was trans. I don't understand how you think an 86-year-old... What does an 86-year-old woman have to do with you? Even if she was trans. What does that have to do with you? And that's where we're at right now. So I can see that a lot of, especially, it's reminded me a little bit of the 80s and the 90s when I had to deal with a lot of conservative gays who were
log cabin Republicans.
Yes, I had to deal with a lot of that when I was in my dating life. Yep. I dated a lot of white people back then.
Yep.
A lot of white people. So I've seen, I'm not saying I'm an expert on, I'm like the Jane Goodall of white gays.
Oh, shit. That's hilarious.
Going out in the field.
Because I've been out in the field. I have studied them.
Yeah.
I understand them a lot more.
Like it when they beat their chests.
Mm-hmm. And it's the younger ones that get me. I have two groups that I have to deal with. I have to deal with the younger gays, and I have to deal with the gays my age. Now, the gay my age was the race play thing. And like I said, he told me he had boyfriends who had done it before. So I realized that there were other black people who participated in this. That's why I'm like, I can't really shame him too much because you had other black people participate in this and you thought it was okay. So, basically.
So he might have been given the wrong impression.
Yeah, he was given the wrong impression. But the weird thing is,
but still use your brain.
He called me a week and a half later after it happened to ask me if I wanted to come over and fuck him again. He said those were his words. Can you come over and fuck me again? Because we had such a great time. No. Let me tell you.
Did he ask? Oh, okay.
I was not okay with the race play. I felt like it came out of the blue. I felt like
good. So you did talk to him about this.
Yeah, we talked about it.
Oh, good.
Oh, no, I made sure.
All right.
But I also wanted to let him know, hey, look, it's not like we're not going to see each other again. We're done.
Yeah.
But the fact of the matter is that I don't hold any ill will towards you. I feel like that if you've gotten permission to do this before, I understand where you're coming from. But you need to have a conversation first.
Before. Yeah.
If you're going to date black men, you need to understand and have that conversation with them that you like a certain thing.
He's going to fuck the wrong dude.
What was his response when you said that?
He said that, you know what, I kind of got a feeling that you were not into it. I'm like, really? Was it when I ran out the door? Was it when I immediately got dressed and went, you know what? I gotta go.
Yeah. I forgot I have to wash my hair.
You know what was the saddest thing is? I told my therapist, I'm like, I could cry a little because I had a pool for the whole summer.
Oh.
I had a pool. All I wanted was a pool. I haven't been swimming in almost 2 years. My favorite place closed down 3 or 4 years ago, Midtown Spa.
Oh.
Best indoor pool ever.
Really?
Yes, they had a full Olympic-sized pool.
Let's open it back up.
Heated inside. Sometimes I would leave work and just go to Midtown Spa to get naked and go swimming. There's nothing like naked swimming.
That's great.
The most amazing
That's true.
thing on the planet.
Naked swimming is the best. You got to.
Naked swimming is the best.
Let's open it back up.
I would. Well, you know what?
The building's still there, right?
The building is there, but it's now a club. I think of it like I think of the pit room.
Mm-hmm.
Because the pit room used to be a notorious bookstore back in the day.
Mm-hmm.
And every time I step into the pit room, I look at the floor and I'm like, yeah, I'm probably over here. I probably got kids over there. I probably got kids over there. We in a barbecue place and I got kids all over the place. And God knows how many other people have kids all over.
I've donated a few to this world.
Mm-hmm. So, I mean, what?
Kids.
Well, you have
I have 3.
You have 3 that are currently living. The kids that I'm talking about are.
Oh. Okay.
No. That's what the children say now. I drop my kids in the toilet.
Oh, drop my kids off at the bar. I get it. Oh, okay. Yeah, I missed that.
I have a lot of kids, actually.
Oh.
Yeah.
They're really tall.
Yes, I got my kids checked, and I can still go for at least another 5 or 6 years before my kids have to be shut down.
Wait, are we talking about the same thing? I have no idea what we're talking about.
Where are we going with this? What is even happening?
I'm sorry. I watch way too much TikTok.
Oh.
Way.
I love me some TikTok.
I love me some TikTok.
I can't do TikTok.
Only social media that I love.
No, I watch TikTok like an adult on Instagram 2 weeks later.
There you go.
Here's the thing I enjoy about TikTok, though. You don't have to get involved. All I have to do is just swipe a couple of things, maybe comment here and there, and that's it.
I've actually learned so much stuff from TikTok.
Recipes. I've learned new hacks.
Exposed to all sorts of things.
Like all kinds of stuff. You can actually learn.
Yes.
I've learned a lot about history. I've learned a lot about
that's how I learned about the Texas bill affecting Harris County.
The Texas bill, the drag bill. Because there's a woman on TikTok who keeps up with all this stuff.
Yeah, I follow her.
In Austin, I follow her.
Yeah. Is she older?
I think she's older. Yeah, she keeps up with all of this stuff. She is a hoot. You should watch her. She kind of reminds me. I'm hoping it's the same woman, but she kind of reminds me because she talks a lot about Governor Ann Richards.
I love Ann Richards.
She has that Southern sensibility, and she was a huge fan of Ann Richards.
Couldn't we use an Ann Richards right now? Man.
She was a pistol.
Ann Richards was fucking amazing. She was the best governor this state ever had.
Yeah.
Ever had.
Yeah, I liked her a lot.
Right now, the South, the Southern United States, do you get the feeling that the Southern United States don't want to be a part of the United States anymore?
They never have. We had a war about it.
Yes, I know.
You don't say, Joel.
You know, the funny thing is,
brother killing brothers.
Funny thing is, say that to a Southern rebel.
Mm-hmm.
And if I said, "Hey, slavery was a long time ago," I mean, if I said, "Hey, slavery happened at the same time," oh well, that was a long time ago. Are you serious?
Yeah.
So we can talk about the Civil War, but we can't talk about the slavery part, which was part of the Civil War. You realize that was part of the Civil War.
Yeah, I'd also like to comment on the fact that people keep talking about it's my heritage. I'm like, your heritage was a flag that didn't run as long as Cats did on Broadway.
I know about your heritage. I learned what a picnic was.
Oh,
do you know how horrifying to find out where the term picnic came from?
Oh, I don't know.
So
now I'm curious.
I'm just going to give you a brief synopsis.
I'm going to go in the corner and cry.
Because it is horrific.
Oh.
It's horrific.
It's horrific. So back in the day, after slavery, maybe in the early 1900s on up, all the way up until the
Jim Crow.
During Jim Crow, white folks used to get together and lynch black folks in a tree. They would have a picnic. They'd get a gathering of people together, and they would have someone hanging from a tree, and they would collect body parts to take home.
Tar and feather
them. They have eaten some of these people. There are stories of cannibalism these people would take, there are people who still have skulls in their homes from these things. There are people who are in this generation are finding out their grandparents participated in a lot of this stuff.
It wasn't that long ago.
It wasn't. No.
And I love it when people are like, slavery was a long time ago. You know, slavery's still going on.
Yep.
Oh, absolutely. It's just institutionalized now.
It still exists. So like, it wasn't that long ago. It's yesterday. So, you know, it's...
Yeah, talk about the migrants in cages. Let's talk about the fact that we've been talking about border issues for the last 2 weeks now, and I'm not seeing a migrant crisis that everybody keeps talking about. Where are all these hundreds of thousands of migrants?
Oh, they're coming.
Supposed to be rushing the border.
Oh, when that bill expired, I don't think it happened actually.
Title 42 expired.
Yeah, I don't think that happened.
And all the Republicans and everybody else saying all these migrants are going to rush to the border and blah blah. I'm not seeing a rush. Where's the rush?
Oh, we do have a lot more people showing up at the border than we used to.
Oh,
we
yeah,
do
absolutely.
have a great deal many more.
I do think we have a border crisis.
And we do have a crisis at the border, but the way we are handling it is just awful.
It's awful. And you know,
it's just awful.
We have some of the best immigration laws in the world, and yet we're not using them. And
I don't think we do have great immigration laws.
Actually, we have very tight immigration laws currently on the books, and yet because
tight, yes, good, no.
We have to do a little bit of a history lesson here. You have to go back to the 80s during the Reagan era.
Oh yeah,
this is when all of this started. When it was easier for cheaper labor. If you want a cheaper labor, especially, let's talk about construction, especially in construction. If you want to get cheaper labor, if you don't want to pay $18, $19, $25 an hour. There's some people who desperately need a job. This has been going on since the 80s.
Yep. And
it has been an open fact with rich people for God knows how long. The border crisis is not new.
No.
This has been going on since the 80s.
Yep.
That's why I don't make a big deal about the migrant crisis. I'm worried about other stuff. I'm not worried about migrants. If you really are fighting this hard to get here, either you deserve to be here or you should look at other options, because this is not the best place to be right now.
That's what I'm saying. I'm trying to figure out how to get out.
Some of us are trying to figure out how to get out of here.
How to get out of here?
I don't understand why people want to run here. The state of this country.
Oh, that's because you haven't lived in those places.
Right, exactly.
When you go live in a place where there's gunfire every night and your whole family's being threatened by
drug
cartels and that kind of stuff every night, you start looking at the place that you live and think, maybe I don't have it so bad.
Yeah.
Here's the good news. Here's the good news. One of those countries actually dropped their crime rate by 57%. Can you guess which country that was?
No.
Nicaragua.
Oh,
They're
wait, how did they do it?
Tighter enforcement. They actually started going after the cartels that were in the country. They actually started doing their job, period. That's really what they started doing.
Well, it's just people have to decide that it's not worth it. But it's, as long as it's lucrative, someone's going to think it's worth it. Someone will.
Exactly. So if they can get here, they're going to figure out a way to get here. They always have. And by the way, somebody made a very good point. Why are y'all worried about people crossing the border? People just fly here.
That's my whole thing. I'm like,
fly here.
How do you think people get here?
Most of the immigration problems are people flying here. It's not them crossing the border. It's that they fly here.
But that's easier to control, though, right?
Well, but I mean, once they get out of the airport, they're gone.
They're gone.
They overstay their visa. They do. There's all kinds of stuff. Nobody's tailing them.
You don't see Border Patrol at the airport.
I mean, I think maybe it's just an assumption if you can afford to I guess it costs to go over the border too. Mm-hmm. I'm just thinking maybe if you can afford an airplane ticket, you're more of a, I don't know, upper class person or something.
Well, that's part of it too, though.
That's part of it too.
Mm-hmm. If you have money, we want you.
Yeah,
exactly.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Illegal immigration is okay if you are a little bit on the lighter side.
If you're of European
Right.
descent.
If you're of European
Right.
descent, or if you come across, nobody's at the Canadian border, but no one's running from Canada.
Right.
Ain't nobody coming from
Everybody's
Canada.
running to Canada.
They have free healthcare up there. Why are they coming here? Why would you?
They do come here, though. A lot of folks from Canada do come here because they don't want to wait.
Mm-hmm.
They don't want to wait in line. Because government healthcare does have its hangups, right?
Well,
so there's people that end up waiting for a long time to get things, or like if it's an elective surgery, they'll come here to do it and pay for it.
That's true. That is true.
But
with any system, there's always going to be kinks. There's always going to be problems.
for sure.
There's always going to be
Everything is a double-edged sword.
Almost every Western country except the United States has universal health care.
We are so far behind on this shit.
Some kind. Whether it's successful in one country or another, those countries have to just figure that out. And Canada will figure its stuff out. I'm sure they have half the population that we have. In fact, they might even have a quarter of the population. Most of Canada is uninhabitable.
Yep.
So they have a quarter of the population, but they have a government that seems to be willing to listen to their people. They still have issues. They still have issues with race. They still, just like any other country, they are no different from it. There's no such thing as a perfect country. Every country has their thing. But I find that I would prefer universal health care. I'm sorry.
I've gotten to the
point. You have to wait for Medicare anyway.
I've gotten to the point where I've been an activist since I was 15. Mm-hmm. And I think about that I have spent 25 years of my life fighting for things that I still haven't seen.
And we're gonna segue into that in just a little minute, because now we need to talk about you, the interim director at Pride
Back to
Board.
the star.
We need to get into this conversation. Which
here we go.
I'm sure everybody's like, hey, when are they going to get to that? They've been jibber jabbering. They've been trying to hem and haw around it, but we're going to get into it.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break first.
Okay.
We're going to get into it because this next part is probably going to be, well, it's going to be lively. Let's just say that.
Here we go.
It's going to be lively. So we're going to take a little break.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
You ain't seen nothing yet.
Baby.
You got the best part of I'm sorry, what's your name again?
Wendy Williams, according to you. Wendy Williams.
3 hours of sleep preparing for this interview, and I forgot. I called her. Yes. You know how many?
Wait, I was like, wait, your name is Wendy Williams?
No,
I put in Wendy Taylor on your business cards.
No.
Oh my god!
He called me Wendy Williams when I was a guest on his show a couple years ago.
You can go back and watch the videos of
racist.
At Barnaby's when I called her Wendy Williams.
It made me laugh so hard.
Times.
It made me really laugh because I have such a big ego.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I have such a big ego, and people don't mess up my name. They don't. And they don't talk to me a certain way. Mm-hmm. They don't. And it made me laugh so hard that you fucked up my name, dude. Like, I was like, oh, I'm just a person again. Yes.
But I several times that day, and I couldn't figure out why I kept calling her Wendy Williams. Maybe it's because Wendy.
You didn't correct him.
Honestly, Wendy is.
Oh, you did, and he kept on doing it.
Yeah, and I kept on doing it.
Oh, he must have been shit-faced.
He was pretty. You had quite a few cocktails.
Plus, I just talked to. Yes, I think I just talked to. Was it Cookie? Who was I just?
Coffee.
I just talked to Coffee. I was super excited the entire night.
Yeah.
I was super excited the entire night.
Dude, he was on cloud nine. He was like, oh my God. I brought in so many drag queens to come talk to him. He's like, you're amazing.
Awesome.
Because I love drag.
Drag is phenomenal.
Drag is phenomenal.
I love art.
Drag is phenomenal.
And drag is art.
And let me tell you something.
100%.
What I've taken from drag and from the trans community at the same time, it takes confidence. It takes a level of confidence that a lot of people do not have to be 100% yourself.
Yep.
This is why I admire trans people so much. It takes balls to wake up in the morning. No pun intended on the balls. But it takes balls to wake up in the morning to realize I need to be me.
Yep.
Yes.
I need to 100% be me. Damn society.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Especially when you've been spending your whole life hiding the real you.
Yeah.
Exactly. Look, gay men, yes, we have the closet. That's fine. But trans people, are you serious?
Dude, within our own community, they can't even get support.
No.
And I'm like, how the hell are you going to sit there? Oh, we're going to talk about pride. We should wait for this.
Yes, we're
because I don't understand how you're going to sit there and talk about pride this, pride that, but you don't support our trans community when a trans woman threw the first brick.
Exactly.
Marsha P. Johnson's threw the first brick, and you cannot, the whole reason we have pride is because of a black trans woman who got fed up and said, I'm done with this shit. And that is why we're here today. Mm-hmm. So I don't want to hear anybody talk about the trans community.
Mm-hmm. And there you get a little teaser for the next
more
segment.
later.
Mm-hmm. You got a little teaser because she is going to let y'all have it. So we'll be right back. Oh. And we are back. We took a little bit of a break.
Welcome, bienvenue. Come on in.
Because we about to get into some territory, y'all.
Yeah. Let's talk about it.
Let's get down to business. We came to talk about Houston Pride and why we don't have a parade, why we don't have a festival this year.
Yeah, we have a parade this year, but we don't have a festival.
So we need to talk about why that is happening.
Okay. And it's really simple.
So let's get, first of all, let's let everybody know what you do at Pride first.
I am currently the secretary of the board at Pride Houston.
Okay. And why did you have to come into Pride Houston in the first place?
So a few years ago, our previous, executive director, who we're still in litigation with, has been accused of misappropriating funds. And when that happened, shit hit the fan. Pride didn't handle their PR very well. Low did. And everything is still going.
Was this 2022, 2021? When did was this during 2020 during COVID when all this stuff?
I think it was during COVID. Well, it was just before COVID, and then COVID hit, and then it was like a whole slew of things that happened to get us in the basket that we're in today. But so there were misappropriated funds, and that's still in litigation. There is a civil suit as well as a criminal suit against her, and it's still pending. So there's not a lot we can talk about there, but everything is public, and that includes her deposition, which I highly recommend y'all go watch. And it's fascinating.
Where can they watch it if they wanted to watch this? You
can just go to the Harris County Records and look up so do a search for Pride Houston versus Lowe Roberts, and you'll find the suit and come to your own conclusions. I was not here when that happened. I came in after all of that. I came in after COVID.
You had to come in though, right?
I had to come. They asked me to come in on the advisory committee, and of course I said yes, because I believe that Pride is necessary for our community,
of course.
Not just our community, but Houston, our city. It's important. You know, a lot of people laugh about it because I constantly say, like, I'm sitting here working my ass off to throw a party I don't even want to go to because it's hot and it's full of people and I don't like people and I want to be alone in my cold morgue of a house. And instead I'm out talking to a bunch of half naked people anyway. But I do think that it's important, and that's why I'm doing it. It's important for our community to have. It's important that we have visibility. It's important that we have a space in the center of our huge, amazing city that everybody can come together and say, hey, I'm gay, and, deal with it. Now, so let's talk a little bit about the history of Pride.
Yes, please.
So this started back in, I want to say it was 68 or 69. The Anita Bryant March was actually considered the very first Pride March. The following year was the actual first Pride March, and then we've had it every year since. We've had lots and lots of people. It started in Montrose. A lot of people were really mad that it's not in Montrose anymore, but we literally cannot support 850,000 people.
Can I say this
Montrose.
real quick? I need everybody in the community. I have heard this so many times. It boggles the mind at how people keep, well, why can't they come back to Montrose? We want it back in. It is 850,000 people. Did y'all hear her? She said 850,000 people.
I'm expecting after 2025, I'm projecting probably over 1 million people.
Over 1 million. Wow. So do we want 1 million people running through Montrose?
There's nowhere for them to go. The streets are too small. It's literally impossible.
It's impossible.
Logistically, it cannot work. Also, the city will not let us.
Thank you. So I think this part, before you go on, I think this part needs to be said once and for all. It will never return to Montrose. No. Let it go.
Yeah. No, that's
it is never going back to Montrose.
But that's why we started the block party. We wanted to have a block party so that we still had something back in Montrose. And even that caused a flurry of drama. Like there was nothing anybody can do that just doesn't piss somebody off. It's just because it's not that you did it. It's the way you went about doing it. And I'm just like, shut the fuck up. Get off your ass. If you want to see something done, shut up and do the work. Because
remember the Buddies? Let's talk about the Buddies thing that everybody was bitching about. The fact that Buddies was one of the few bars that wanted to help with Pride.
Is that what you're talking about?
So,
yes.
Yeah, okay. So here's the thing about Buddies. First of all, Buddies is an actual sponsor of Pride. They have paid to support us. So when it comes to first come, first serve, or first right of refusal, they get that because they have earned that right. But the other thing is we asked every single bar in Montrose if they wanted to participate. And we have emails that say they didn't want to have anything to do with it. And it wasn't until after it was a success that everybody started talking about, well, we were left out.
Really? Wow.
No, you were not. You left yourselves out.
Wow.
Let me explain something real quick to the audience. When I did go to that Pride, I did bitch about that Pride. This was before I knew Wendy was even a part of any of that. This was actually before I think Wendy and I knew each other a little bit here and there because we had done some buddy stuff, but I didn't realize that she was into Pride.
Well, I just started this like 2 years ago. Yeah, I just stepped into this, which is a whole nother thing because everybody's talking about the Pride board needs to be fired and replaced. Okay, I have 2 things to say to that. First of all, come replace me. Please do. I'm waiting for someone in this community to step up. Anybody?
You're going to be waiting a long time.
Exactly. So when you're ready to step up and do the job, I'm happy to step down. Come take my job. The second thing that I have to say to that is quit harassing these new board members that weren't even there when shit hit the fan. You are blaming us for things that we weren't even there for.
Can I throw something in?
Quit harassing people, period. It is, grow up.
Could that part be a part of the mess with the PR? I think that.
Oh, it absolutely is because nobody knows who's on the board.
Yeah.
We actually had a threatening email recently. I won't say who from, threatening to turn us into the IRS because we wouldn't tell them who was on the board and what positions they have. What they don't understand is that because they threatened to turn us into the IRS, even though all of our names are on record with the IRS. They know who we are. And if you weren't so lazy, you could just go to the IRS website and look it up.
You realize that
we're all on there.
You realize, audience, that she has now given you 2 ways to find out about issues with the Pride. I will tell you
the reason why that we're not going around bragging about who's on the board because you guys keep death threatening us. When you want to threaten a board of people and you want all of these things done, but you want to threaten the people doing the work and you want us to sacrifice everything and put up with the abuse.
Wait, so you're getting
and none of the help.
Yeah.
And yes, we've gotten death threats. In fact, from now on, every year, everybody who's on the board, if we're present at parade, we have to have an armed security guard with us.
Holy cow.
So,
these are, you know what is amazing to me?
and we don't get paid. I'm doing this for free for a party I don't even want to go to.
There you go.
Wait, you're not getting paid to do this?
No, it's a volunteer organization.
Holy cow. Wow.
It's 100% volunteer, and we don't have that many volunteers. So if you want to see something done, quit bitching and get to work.
And how do they do that?
You can sign up to volunteer for Pride Houston at pride365.org.
And you know what? Speaking of which, the Pride 365 thing, which, by the way, I just saw the new logo for it.
Oh, for all we need is love.
All we need is love.
Is the theme for this year. Yes.
Why? Are we not looking at the news? Are we not looking at what's going on in the world? And this is, look, I'm not.
Wait, I liked it.
A lot of people liked it. It was not the one that I voted for, but it is the one that we ended up with.
Wait, you don't like the logo?
No, I like the logo.
Mm-hmm.
I don't like the theme.
The theme, yeah.
I don't like the theme. I don't not like the theme. It's just not my favorite. I'm kind of with you. I feel like we're in a battle and we need to like put on our armor.
Yeah, we need to put on our armor
and all that. But that's not what. So like any organization, everything is done by a vote via the board. And that means that you don't always get what you want. And for me, this was one of those situations. I wanted like, I think the one that Lav and I came up with, "And We Rise."
Oh,
and
I like that.
Yeah, I wanted like
that.
a phoenix on fire with flaming rainbow
I would have loved that one.
But you know, what? If you want to have a say so, why don't you come volunteer and join the board?
I guess look at all the work. Okay. If I do that, I'm going to be working on the board.
That's right.
Like a lot.
Yeah. And it is a lot of work.
Like a lot.
Right now, we are a working board, not a governing board. We want to get back to being a governing board. But right now, we are a working board. We have lots of new board members. Everybody is getting trained. We have our fearless leader, Kendra, who is basically the only one who knows where all the bodies are hidden. So we need her to help all of us that are new get our feet wet and guide us so that we can turn this year out and then come back next year and really kill it. Which is really what we're trying to do, because this year, so let's talk about why there is only a parade and not a festival.
Okay, there we go.
Year. Okay. There are basically two very easy reasons. One, we don't have the manpower. Who's going to do it? The six of us? Last year it was done with three of us.
What?
And it was a nightmare. And we're not doing that anymore.
3 people for last year's. Oh,
that's
my God.
That's correct. It was a mess for lots of reasons, but it was because we didn't have the people. You know, the other thing
Can I say something about that, though? I don't think many did. Me, as a person who has been to everyone, I don't think I noticed that there was issues. Yeah, so with the last one. So a lot of the issues got blown out of proportion by people who didn't even come, which is fun. But there were several issues. First of all, the street closures didn't happen on time, which messed up the timing for a lot of things. There were way too many people hung up at the gates. We were trying to card people at the gates last year as opposed to at the bars. That hung things up. We ended up having to close a couple of the gates, which caused backup big time. And a lot of people ended up getting heat exhaustion and a lot of that stuff. What a lot of people don't realize is that Pride Houston was responsible for all of those medical bills.
Oh, wow.
And Pride
Houston was responsible for all those medical bills. Also, after Travis Scott and COVID, prices have tripled and sponsorships have stayed the same. So everybody wants the $1 million party, but they don't want to pay for it. We're the only free festival, I think, out of all of the major cities. I think we're the only free festival left. And everybody was angry about us charging $1 at the door.
Wow.
Like, I get it. Things are tight.
You know what?
I understand, but you don't get to have big festivals for free anymore. You just don't. You don't. Those days are over.
Can we? Is it possible? I don't know if there's any legal issues. What are the costs and security and all the things that you just talked about?
Security has gotten expensive. It's about 3 times the cost of what it was before Travis Scott. So again, for security, we have half of our security is officers,
and you have to pay those.
Yes,
you have to pay those
for all of the security. We pay the officers. We pay the private security. That are the other half. We have plainclothes. We have lots of security. Security is a very, very, very big thing.
It has to be.
Yes, it does. For keeping everybody safe, security is necessary, and we take it very, very seriously. But it is literally 3 times the cost of what it was before Travis Scott.
Now, in past years, I think when we had the luxury, and I'm going to say when we had the luxury, we had a very small luxury. We had a small window of luxury for a little bit as gays. We did for just a small period.
Yep, I agree.
So the biggest scandal or the biggest talk at the time was the fact that were the sponsors and the types of sponsors that we were getting for Pride. Because I think I made a joke one time that I was at a Pride one year and I'm standing in line thinking that I'm going to be talking or doing something gay and fun and blah, 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 blah. No, someone talked to me about roofing and I'm like, why do we have roofers
because if you want
at Pride? Why do we have
has to pay for it? Either you have to pay for it or the sponsors have to pay for it. So if you want to go to Pride and not talk to somebody about healthcare or furry tales or anything else, then y'all are going to have to start forking out $75 for tickets.
And you know what? I want to throw this in here. With the recent scandal with Bud Light and Dylan Mulvaney and all this other stuff, how is Pride looking at?
Bud Light has been a sponsor of ours for so many years, and they have been a phenomenal sponsor and an outspoken sponsor for Pride. So we're trying to take things as they come, just like they are. This year, with the timing on everything, we're really just focused on getting Parade and doing it right. Where we can deal with this after Parade. But, at this time, we still just want to thank our sponsors because they're still there for us. They're the reason we get to put this party on every year.
Does that put, maybe I'm not going to say a strain, but does that put a little bit of pressure on the board to make sure that sponsors are? It
does. It's something that we've all discussed. And for next year, that will be something that we look at a lot closer.
Because I felt like that Bud Light has always been a part of gay pride. And for this mess to happen and for them to pull back like they did, maybe really question what's going on at that company, made me question why they are even supporting us in the first place.
I would have liked to see a different response from them, but I also am not them. And all I can do is thank them for what they have done for us. So I mean, like that's really all I can say about it. Like this party is happening because of them. And I think I think actions speak louder than words.
So, I mean, that's probably a controversial statement to say because, like I said, with all the stuff that Bud Light has been through, and now they're one of the biggest contributors to this, you guys are going to have your hands full.
Yes, we already do. We have our hands full with all kinds of things. It's just but the 2 reasons why there is not a festival this year is because there are not enough people to do it. There just aren't people to do it. And then the other thing is where's the money coming from? Everybody complains about everything, but y'all want everything. You want everything, but you don't want to pay for anything. You don't want anybody else to pay for it, but you still want it. That's not how life works.
That is not how life works.
That is not how America works, and that is not how Pride will ever work. So either you pay for it or someone else has to pay for it. And if you want to have control over who pays for it, then you better get your bit busy and get on the board.
Mm-hmm. Or how about this? It becomes the last absolute free festival, and we just start charging.
Yeah.
I'm okay with charging.
And there's other issues with this too. Like
Mm-hmm.
one of the situations that the board is currently dealing with is the drag legislation.
Of course.
If it passes, which I expect it to, because we live in the South and it's backwards and dumb and they're scared of everything. I don't understand why. It's just fucking girdles and pantyhose. I don't get it. And wigs. I like it's very scary.
I know. Every time I wake up in the morning, I think, oh my God, a drag queen is coming after me.
Yeah.
Oh my God. I think a drag queen is going to get me.
That's gay culture.
You know what?
Scared of drag queens.
Drag queens should be like, I mean, I need
everywhere.
A horror movie with drag queens in it.
They should be everywhere. Oh, there's several.
I did watch one.
Yeah, there's several. There was so campy and fabulous.
There was one with Willem.
Yes.
That was the weirdest one. I cannot remember the name of it.
They're all weird and funny. They're all weird and funny.
These murderous drag queens going on a rampage. I'm like, you go, girl. I was rooting.
A chainsaw.
I was rooting, girl.
So the biggest issue that we're having to face as a board now is making the decision. Because if they make drag, basically how they're trying to make it, whereas a sex signified, only 21 and up kind of thing, that means that we have to decide as a board to either not have drag at Pride or make Pride 21 and up, which excludes how much of our gay population?
A lot.
Mm-hmm. I'm trying to think of a number.
So it's a lot. So everyone under the age of 21 is no longer welcome at Pride because we're going to have drag queens, because I'll be damned if we're going to exclude our drag and trans community.
No, we're not doing that.
At Pride. It's not happening. It's not happening.
Especially since Pride is one of the events where a lot of young people are exposed to, gay culture.
It's incredibly sad. But one of the things that we're doing to counteract that, we've got Abigail Kamen, who is works with the city. She's taking over the family fun zone. So they're going to have that as a separate event.
Oh, that's
the
great.
Kids and families still have a place to come be involved with Pride. It's a safe space. There will unfortunately be no drag queens present because of the laws that are possibly coming into place. But there will still be a place available with the city, with Pride, that our families, younger adults, and children can enjoy the Pride experience. So,
and wow, that's how do you think that bill is going to affect gay clubs as well?
Well, I mean, it sucks because, Hamburger Mary's is one of the only places that I was able to take my kids to a drag show. And now I can't take my kids to a drag show. Period.
Aren't two of your kids? Two of your kids are old enough.
Oh, yeah, two of my kids.
Yeah, you can't take the 16-year-old.
But I can't take my 16-year-old because I will be basically grooming my kid, is basically how that's going to be looked at. And I would be a sexual predator at that point. For taking my kids to a drag show.
I know.
The dumbest goddamn thing.
The most laughable thing I've ever heard.
It's so dumb. It's so utterly stupid and childish and just seeping with ignorant fear that it just drips with stupidity. I like honey, molasses.
Yes, and the politicians know that. They're just
feeding their base.
Yes, absolutely.
If you really you want to protect kids, get guns out of schools. Quit worrying about the drag queens that drag story time. Worry about the priests in the confessional who keep raping the children.
Hell, get them out of church.
Exactly.
Get them out of church. That's where they all...
Let's actually look at where the predators actually are, and we know that they are, and do something about them instead of creating new predators that don't exist just to suit your agenda.
Right, absolutely.
I, who spent a little bit of time in the church, a little bit of time as a kid. My parents were not very religious, but my father married a lot. But the one wife he married who was super religious, Yeah, a lot of that stuff happens in church. Trust me when I say that.
Oh, yeah.
It happens in church.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
I know a deacon or two, and I was 12 and 13. So trust me, it happens in church. I would be more afraid to send my kids to church.
Mm-hmm.
I was raised Catholic. I never experienced any of that. I'm thankful I didn't.
Mm-hmm.
Well, and again, most people don't.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
If most people did, the church would be dead.
Mm-hmm.
It's the few people that it happens to and the way that it's been handled that is so atrocious.
Yeah, it is atrocious.
It's the way that it's been handled that is just so disgusting and awful. And it's not to protect the victims, it's to protect the church.
Oh, absolutely.
Which in turn protects the offender.
Yeah.
So, there's so many other things that are actually happening to our youth that we're not doing anything about. But God forbid we have a man in a dress and a wig read a children's book
God
to a room
forbid.
full of people. That's what we need to be worried about.
And even as we
Idiots.
head out to, I know, even as we head out to Comic Palooza tomorrow, you know, I'm going to be asking the cosplayers the same thing because that's going to affect them on a certain level too. Because
it
will on a certain.
No, it will.
Yeah.
But what I'm just going to say is that drag is not really invited to Comic Palooza.
Yeah, that's something that we're going to have to change though.
Because my
Not
friend
with
goes,
these new laws, we won't.
I guess if you're a male and you're dressing as a female character, that's
considered drag.
That's drag.
That's drag.
That's drag.
That's drag. Period.
I'm curious to see what's going to happen with like RuPaul's Drag Race. It's now going to be considered porn.
So yeah, it's getting, well, don't get me wrong. It is in the South. For the rest of the country,
this is definitely, but like Tennessee, I think, was it Tennessee? Or was it Louisiana? One of those red.
Tennessee has their drag bans in place already.
Yeah,
yes,
already happened.
They already have drag bans, and I'm just leave us
appalled.
alone. Leave us alone.
We don't bother nobody. I don't remember a drag queen bothering anybody. I don't remember us bothering. I
don't care if they did.
Exactly.
I don't care.
Exactly.
You don't get to unilaterally stop somebody's art because you have a problem with the way that they do it. You don't get to do that. If you want to focus on helping kids fix the problems that we have, quit making new ones and get off your ass and change something.
Exactly.
Actually, change something. Instead of picking on a group of people who don't even have anything to do with the thing that you're afraid of could possibly happen. You are making problems up and causing solutions for them that don't even exist. and it's the dumb, like we have problems now. Fix them.
But it's easier to pick on drag queens.
Yes. And the gay community in general.
I think we need to stop making it easier to pick on us. I think we need to stop making it easier.
Oh, I'm fed up. I'm fed all the way up.
I'm fed all the way up.
I'm done being nice. Yeah. I'm done being, I understand when they go low, we go high, but I'm so fucking
I'm ready
tired
to go
of
low.
flying.
I'm ready to go low as possible. I'm ready to go low.
I'm going to kick him in the shin.
I'm ready to, let me get my baseball bat and go
punch
low.
The shit out of him. I'm just so sick and tired of being fucking nice while I'm getting kicked in the teeth.
Yep.
I'm tired of being the one who's responsible to explain it. I'm tired of being the one who's responsible for being the good gay who explains to the non-gays what it is to actually be gay and to quit. Don't single me out as your gay friend. I'm your friend.
Exactly.
I'm your friend. I'm not your non-binary friend. I'm your friend. I don't need qualifiers. If you need qualifiers to be my friend, we probably shouldn't be friends.
Welcome to my world. Welcome to my world, black guy.
Oh my God.
Oh, I have a black friend. Yay. Oh, no. We're done.
I have a black friend.
We're done.
Yeah. Just the one,
I
though.
had two.
One for each chicken finger.
One for each chicken, I guess. You are going to be eating macaroni and cheese for the rest of your life.
I'm okay with this.
I'm okay with it, too.
I'm actually okay with that.
So, I'm going to go off the beaten path here. I'm going to read a couple of, I found a post on LGBT of Houston.
Okay.
That really got into this really heated discussion about pride and why there's no festival.
Okay.
So I'm going to read a couple of comments.
All right.
I'm not going to read the commenters' names, that kind of thing. So nobody out there who's listening, don't worry about it.
I will find you.
She'll find you. So here's a
specific set of skills.
So here is one comment that I found very interesting. I haven't been to the parade since it got moved downtown and won't be going until it is moved back to Montrose.
They're never going
Okay, well, we
again.
addressed that.
We kind of already addressed that, and I think we need to say it one more time. It is never returning to Montrose.
It's never returning, and also if you've never been, then
Mm-hmm.
you don't know what you're missing.
Yep.
And the thing is, like, Montrose just isn't the environment.
Mm-hmm.
Montrose is different. It's not
the same as it was back then.
It's not the place for it.
It's not the place for it.
East End would be more the place for it than Montrose.
Yeah, exactly. It's just not the place for it. It's not a gay community anymore.
No.
It is not. It has gay bars, but it is not a gay community anymore.
Not at all.
Nope.
It's not the neighborhood.
Nope. No, we're spread out all over the place now. A lot of us are in the Woodlands. We're taking over the Woodlands. We're making the Woodlands queer as fuck.
I'm going to move past the move back to Montrose crowd because there's way too many.
Yep, there's a lot of that. And I understand it, though. I understand wanting it to be more community-based. I understand wanting to make it feel like it used to. I really do get it. I get the desire. I agree. I wish that it could be a protest every year and super political and that we were fighting for things, but that's just it's not what makes people show up.
So here's another comment that I found interesting. Pride Houston will continue to disappoint our community until there's a call to action and they are held accountable. Sadly, too much of their focus is tied up in the current legal battle with former president. Not to mention board members are very out of touch with the community. Here's the funny thing about this post, though. He actually put in the address for Pride Houston. He put in all the stuff for Pride Houston. If you need to talk to Pride Houston about what's going on with the board.
So I will also say this, that at every board meeting, there is a public session. And since I have gotten there in the last 2 years, guess how many people have shown up to that public session?
I'm going to say 5.
Zero.
Oh, okay.
Not a single person from the community has showed up to speak to us. We get threats on the internet, on Facebook, but let's be real. If you want to talk to somebody about their business, Facebook isn't where you do that. You can send us an email.
So what's changed? You said there's less volunteers now. What's changed? I understand all the drama with the previous person, but why you have less volunteers now?
Well, I think a lot of that has to do with the perception of pride, which we have to earn back the trust of the community, period. The frustrating aspect from this is that 99% of us that are doing this weren't even there when that happened, but we're paying for it. And that's very frustrating. However, I understand that the community needs we need to regain the trust of the community. It has been such a mess for so long. We have to do a lot to prove ourselves. And I'm not scared of that. I'm not afraid to prove myself. I can do that. I've done it over and over and over again in my lifetime. And I love a hater. Hate on me, haters. I love you. Because I wake up every morning and have a delicious breakfast, pet my beautiful dogs, kiss my beautiful children, squeeze my beautiful man, and go on about my fucking business anyway. So, we're going to have an incredible parade this year. But next year, that festival and that parade is going to be off the chain.
Oh, wow.
Because we have been working very hard, despite nobody wanting to step up and help. Despite the community not wanting to reach out and actually handle this properly, despite death threats and losing half of the organization and having people step in, not knowing what we're doing, just hoping for the best, we're going to have an amazing parade. And we are going to have an amazing festival and parade next year. We've done a lot of rearranging restructuring. Everybody has checks and balances now so that we don't have the things that happened before happen again. We've got where, like I said, a lot of it was checks and balances. We didn't have any checks and balances. Now there are checks and balances for everything. Everyone has access to the bank accounts. Not everybody has access to use them, but everyone on the board can see them. You can see where's the receipt for this then? Where's the receipt for this? Why isn't there an invoice for this? That didn't exist before. Now it does. We have, a professional tax person doing our taxes and all of that kind of stuff. So we don't have some, random person just doing it on QuickBooks. We have, mostly it's just been restructuring and rebuilding the board so that we can actually have a successful, because if you don't have your head figured out, the body doesn't know what to do. So we had to get the board together first. Now that we've got the board together and things are starting to get done, the community's starting to see that we're doing things again. I've had a couple of pop-ups. Dexter's been out doing a couple of pop-ups. We have had some successful events. We still have Eden, the girl party is still happening. Rock the Runway is still happening. Pride Market is sold out. So that is still happening.
Wait, what's Pride Market?
You know what the Pride Market is? It's so much fun. Okay, so it's like a big festival market where you have a bunch of vendors come out, and it's a lot of queer-owned businesses and queer products and
is that like a regular thing, or it's once
every
a year?
year?
Ah, nice.
We do it every year. So we still have our events coming up. We're just not doing the festival this year just because there weren't people and there wasn't money. Now this year, we have done a very good job so that next year we're going to have a fantastic party.
You got it. All right.
Yeah.
So, Lord, I think I lost it. I actually had a question. I'll probably come back to it in a minute, but I'm going to read one more comment. I want to, first of all, I want to thank LGBT of Houston. I did get this post from Facebook. Amazingly enough, I came across this post last night, and I thought, you know what? Maybe we'll read a couple of posts. I'm not using any real names, so no one will know, but I am going to thank LGBT of Houston, the Facebook group. I am a part of that group, so I just want to thank them for the thing. I
just want to say that Facebook is not an appropriate place to air your grievances with Pride. If you have a problem with me doing my job, please come talk to me. Not on Facebook. And my business hours are Monday through Friday, 8 a.m. to 5 p.m. If you want to bitch at me on the weekends, you can leave a voicemail. If you have a problem, come up with a solution. Because there aren't enough bodies to fix your problem.
So I'm going to read one more. And then I think we've pretty much gotten to most of the complaints that you often hear quite often. So from other posts with the same info, with the increased threats from hate groups, Pride festivals are a super high risk of attack. Pride Houston does not have it in the budget to hire more police protection and escorts.
Yes, we do.
My response, this is from the poster. This is his response. We faced the hate and got to where we are by not backing down, and now we throw in the towel and let them win. How do you respond?
We have an excellent, our police liaison is brilliant. We have half of the staff is uniformed officers. The other half is, we have plenty of money for security. Security is incredibly important to us. We have done 3 site walks already. We had one earlier today. With Tony and, the security company who is going to be, assisting the Houston Police Department or Harris County.
Which, by the way, guys, they're still having security. They still have to pay for security for the parade.
Yeah, we still have to.
They still have to pay for that. So I don't understand what the big deal is. They still have to pay for that.
I don't know what that.
They're still trying to protect you with armed security. with police, with everything that they need to do to protect you during the parade. Yeah, exactly.
We have them everywhere.
So you're still getting the security that you need. You're just not getting the festival. Just let it go.
You're just not getting the festival this year. And I'm sorry. I would love to have been able to give y'all a festival. I would have loved that.
And what about the bars? Are y'all working with the bars?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. We've got, well, Buddies is working with us again.
Of course.
But we would love to work with more of our bars. Like our community, we need to do a better job as Pride to reach back out to our community and start rebuilding these bridges, which is something that I've been trying to do. In fact, I'm actually, I don't know if y'all know who Corey Poole is, but he's like adorable and he's one of our bartenders here in Houston. He works over at the Eagle and he does karaoke on Tuesdays.
I know who he is.
Yeah, and he's asked me to come and I'm going to do a little Pride pop-up there at the Eagle, which will be the first time Pride's done something at the Eagle in I don't even know how long. I don't even know how long. So, like we as Pride Houston, it is our job to reach out and rebuild those bridges with our bars, with our bartenders, with our community members, with it. But y'all make it real hard. You make it really, really hard when we are trying.
You know what? Let me look at the camera like this. Y'all don't understand something. She is sitting here. If you are watching this, or if you're listening on the podcast, she's literally shaking. The anger, the emotion that she feels, because she is really. This is, as much as she hates it, and we know she hates it, a part of her loves it at the same time.
What I love is my community. I love my community. I love the people in my community. My community has been a beacon of light for a lot of people in this world. And I think it should continue. The talent in our community is incredible. The love in our community is incredible. But there is a lot of pain in our community. And we are taking it out on each other. And we need to stop. This is when shit hits the fan, we need to come together, not point fingers and say who threw the shit. Because it doesn't fix anything. Everyone's still getting splattered.
And may I say to all the posters in LGBT of Houston, thank you for the post. But I did notice something. There were no posts from women. It was all gay men. Maybe I need to look again. But for the most part, most of the complaints came from gay men.
Most of the complaints I have received have come from gay men, and a lot of gay men have expressed to me that they feel unrepresented.
Can I ask you
what
subset group of gay men feel that way?
White cis men, gay men.
Okay, thank you. Don't look at Chris.
I feel like I need to represent.
Don't look at Chris. I think of Chris as an Italian, so I don't.
They're no longer being represented with Pride. And I have several things to say to that.
Please do.
First of all, how do you like it? Second of all, no one should ever feel that way. No one should ever feel that way. They shouldn't feel like they're not being represented. However, this is the first time in the history of Pride that it hasn't been full of gay white men on the board.
So,
and all of a sudden,
who are the biggest complainers?
So, all I'm going to say is,
we are going to get so much hate, but I don't care.
If you want to see a change, get off your ass and get up and do something. Because I'm tired of doing your job for you.
You know, let me tell y'all how tired she is. She went spiritual. She went black spiritual. She went black. She said, nope. I'm not a black woman, but yeah.
So I'm
tired.
Is there like any vetting or anything to be on the board? Or
yes, you have to apply. You do have to apply.
Now, are we talking about being on the board, or are we just talking about maybe just volunteering?
For just volunteering, you don't have to do anything. You just go sign up. But to be on the board, If you really want, so here's what I suggest. If you want to really be a part of Pride Houston, get some experience, sign up, come be a volunteer with us. If you find something that you really like when you're volunteering, chair for us, become a chair of a committee, get on the committee. If you enjoy doing that part, then start looking at joining the board. And you can have a lot more say so in what the actual functions are of the organization and what direction that it's heading. We want new ideas. We want young people. We want, people who are experienced. We need experience so bad right now. So if you are passionate about your community, come help us at Pride. We need help. I need help. For so many reasons, but for Pride, I need help. If you want to see things get better, if you want to see us succeed, which I think deep down everyone wants to see us succeed, there are everyone's very passionate about this. And when you don't have the full picture because we haven't given you our side of the story, all you have left to go on is the rumor mill.
Yeah, of course.
That's it. That's all you have. So I'm not surprised that everybody is mad at us. I am not surprised that the amount of distrust that goes through the community that is towards the Pride Houston, but they don't understand we're not them. First of all, we're not even the same people. What am I supposed to do about that?
Exactly.
And secondly, we're alone. We're alone. If you want to see something change, get off your butt. Let's do this. Let's work together. Come work with us. We are trying to help you. We want there to be a party all year long celebrating being queer and love. And we want to be more on education and have more involvement with our youth in the community. We want to be more politically active and on the steps of Capitol Hill fighting this legislation. We want to be doing that, but there are 6 of us.
6 of you cleaning up a mess.
For a party for 850,000 of you. So I'm just tired of hearing it. I'm tired. Get off your butt and do something. Or shut up.
There you go.
That's it. That's
there
where
you
I'm
go.
at with that.
Are we, I think we should, are we able to maybe name the 6 people and kind of congratulate them on the job that they're doing for this board?
I will not do that. I'm not going to name them because a lot of them
Oh,
still
yes,
feel like
you
they
just
need to be
mentioned
protected.
earlier. Yes, death threats, that kind of
There's
stuff.
still death threats. There's people threatening
Sorry,
to turn
not
us
doing
into
that.
the IRS because we won't tell them our names, even though you can look it up. If you just have spend a little less time yelling at us and do a couple of clicks on your keyboard and you'll find the answers you want.
Well, basically put, if you want to know who's on the board, go to a meeting.
That part too.
Go to a meeting.
We're also out doing pop-ups. We're at every event. I mean, it's not like I'm hiding.
So when is the next meeting?
When is the next pop-up?
Actually, we just had the next pop-up, I actually have to talk to Corey and solidify a date because the last date I wanted to do, he had a guest already and it was Miss Deja. So I was like, ooh, I want to go see Miss Deja. So anyway, sorry. It'll probably be within the next couple of weeks. But we had kickoff. Kickoff went very well. We had it virtually this year. Our Grand Marshal voting is open. Go vote for our Grand Marshals this year. They're phenomenal humans in our community. Our Grand Marshals are super, super important in our community. These are the people that make things happen. They help a lot of our folks out. These are movers and shakers in the world. So we definitely want to recognize them. Make sure you go onto the website and vote for your favorite Grand Marshals.
Is MIB anywhere in this? I'm sorry. Mistress Isabel Brooks, is she? Did I bring something up?
No, so No, it's because I was talking with my friend Jason and he has this fantastic idea and I just want to see it happen so bad, but we have to get through the rest first before I can try to make this little pet project
sounds like
happen because I want so desperately would love to see Mistress Isabel represented and adored on her own float.
Yes, please.
At the front of the parade
yes,
with
please.
the Grand Marshals.
Yes,
I would love to see that so much because she represented Houston so well.
And you know what? She showed the world Houston drag. And Houston drag is not only amazing, it's the shadiest thing out there. And I love it.
Oh
I love it. These queens are the shadiest queens.
So shady. We do love our shade here in Houston.
Thanks to Charlotte Shotgun, who was my former co-host before, I got a chance to hang out backstage with Violets Are Blue.
Oh, I love Violet.
Which I love Violet.
Violet's smart cookie too. Like she's super outspoken in our community. And, even though we don't always see eye to eye on stuff, she knows what she's saying and she has what it takes to back up the history behind the way she feels. I just like her a lot.
I love her.
And she's not afraid to say fuck you.
Yeah, she is. We had to do a photo shoot.
In a classy way, though. She's very classy.
She's very classy. We had to do a photo shoot, and she was there at the photo. She wasn't part of the photo shoot we were doing, but it was another photo shoot. And I just happened to be there. I was with Charlotte because she was getting ready for some other stuff. And she was introducing me. She introduced me to Violet, and Violet and I had such a good time. And I'm like, oh my God, I love drag.
She's so beautiful too and so talented.
Much. I've learned so much about drag from Charlotte. And who is right now, she's currently doing her thing. I need to, if she's going to be listening, if she's listening out there, hey Charlotte, we know you're enjoying Seattle, Washington. She is having a good time.
Oh, nice.
Yes. I think she's living what she wanted to do in Seattle. She wanted to do here. And I felt like her biggest complaint about here was the fact that the queens were a little too shady. They are very shady.
Here in the South, man, we are some.
And Houston drag queens, I think they are even. I can't even believe I'm saying this. They might even be shadier than Dallas queens.
Yeah, I would say so.
I would say so.
I would think Dallas.
They get dirty. Dallas still has an air of class about them, and we don't. In H-Town, we're just like, we're going for the joke.
We're a working class city. We just gonna tell you like it is.
I have said shit on stage that hurt my own feelings. Like, drag is very.
And you've worked around drag queens, so. Do you have any funny stories or anything?
A million funny stories.
Give us one.
Everything just that comes out of their mouths makes me laugh.
Just to lighten the mood of the pride thing. Just a little bit.
Oh, shoot.
Your favorite drag moment.
Oh, my gosh. Okay, so this was a show that I did 10 million years ago. And it was Not So Silent Night. And it was Ty Blue and Marshmallow. And I sang for it, but the performance that absolutely killed me was Tara Dion, who ended up getting up there and like dressed like Mrs. Claus and pretended to be shit-faced out of her mind and threw up behind the tree on stage.
Oh, wow.
During the performance, not like actual, but like it just was so hysterical and has stuck with me. That one and Carmina Vavra and Chloe Knox doing Shelby Drink Your Juice to Juice.
Oh my God.
Like Steel Magnolias. And they did Shelby Drink Your Juice, Shelby Drink Your Juice, and Carmina Vavra poured like a gallon of orange juice down Chloe Knox's mouth, and she's wearing this thing. And now every time I hear Lizzo, all I can see is Chloe Knox dying, being just covered in orange juice. And Carmina Vavra going, Shelby, drink your juice. Shelby, drink your juice. I love drag so much.
I think this is why I love drag so much.
I love drag. Man.
This is why I love drag so much.
And Daniel Nolan, Preston Steamed. Preston Steamed came to my show that I did at Piggy's for a while, and he did a Cruella de Vil number that just belongs on Broadway. It was so good. He was jumping and flying off of tables, doing backbends. Okay, talk about one of my favorite drag performers in all of Houston. Preston Steam's he's real up there.
Mm-hmm.
I love that guy.
Oh my God. Why are these queens not on Drag Race though? Why are we not?
I don't know. I'm hoping that Mistress Isabella opened that door for us, though.
because we have
Houston's got a bad reputation with it comes to
we have one drag queen
TV.
And next year there's no Houston representation. It's all Florida. It's mostly Florida.
But there's never been Houston representation.
This is
every
the first
season,
year.
the first year that we've had a Houston queen, and it's a big deal. So, like, I'm hoping to see more of them because our queens, y'all, ooh, they are good.
They are so good. And the funny thing is that watching that season, I heard so many comments, especially from Rue and other drag queens, about the Houston drag scene, and which is odd to me because it's like, wait a minute.
Wait, what did Rue say about the Houston?
Well, she had said how old school it is and how it's pageantry and drama and shadiness, and that's what Houston drag is, and that's what she loves, and blah blah blah. But if you love it so much, why are there not more of us? Uh-oh. We always come to these moments.
Houston has a bad reputation when it comes to reality TV shows. If you remember, even back with American Idol, didn't come back to Houston for ages because of the way that Houstonians treated.
Oh wow!
Well, wait, because Houstonians can have a reputation of being super nice too.
Yeah, we can. It just depends on the situation. But a lot of folks really don't care for us.
Interesting.
Yeah.
You know what I did find out though in the early days of podcasting when I was first podcasting? I think there was one night we were even before I started podcasting, I was with a friend. We were at a bar and we were talking about putting on a podcast, and we had brought a microphone and we were just playing around because we were trying to figure out what our style was going to be and everything else. And do you realize I must have gotten so many people walking past me going, I don't want to be on the radio. I don't want to be on TV. I don't know what y'all are doing here, but we like our privacy and blah, 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 blah. And I'm like, we're just playing around with a microphone. We're not recording anyone. I literally had to turn my computer around to show people we're just playing around on the microphone. Yeah. There's a guy playing a guitar in the corner.
Yeah.
And we're listening to him, but you're worried that I'm taping your secret conversation. By the way, they weren't talking about anything.
Yeah, nobody cares about.
I wasn't caring about your conversation. I was concerned, but Houstonians value their privacy. They do not like. I think this is why Houstonians act a fool when it comes to being on TV. They fight for their privacy. They do not like. We do not like to be televised.
I know. I hated the attention. I hated it. It's why I stepped away. Everybody ran me right out the door. Everything I worked for my entire life and got really good at, and I don't even want it anymore because people just ruined it for me. I just am done.
People or
people
or
people,
sometimes the community.
Stupid fucking people.
Yeah, sometimes the community.
Are the ugliest people in the world.
So, yeah, wow. I think you have said more about Pride than we've heard about Pride in the last 4 months. And I have to agree that whoever's working PR, fire them.
We haven't had anybody.
I know.
We can't fire nobody.
I'm making a joke because there's 6 people on the board.
Yeah, that's the whole point. Is like who are we going to fire?
Exactly.
The 3 people that were there to do it all. So I mean, it's just a little laughable. But all I want to say to close this out, if I might.
Yes, because we were closing it out.
Is give us a chance. Give us a shot. Let us show you that we are not the same folks. That we are doing things better. And if you want to see something, come help out. We'd love to see you there.
And if you have something to say to Wendy about certain things,
come say it to my motherfucking face.
1, you can say it to her face when she's at a pop-up, or 2, you can send us a message, and you are going to send the message to me. So basically, but you can just go to Little Gay Talks if you want to leave littlegaytalks@gmail.com if you want to leave an email. If you want to make a comment like right away that I'm going to look at right away, then go to our Facebook page or our Instagram page and say what you got to say. Yep. That's all there is to it. Say troll as much as you want. She already answered. We already went down this road.
Oh, and I won't look at your comments. So.
Yeah, we already went down this road. I already think, like I said, thanks to
whatever you want.
Thanks to a wonderful post that was put up. We already went through all the stuff that you guys will come at her with. We already answered all that stuff. So all she's going to say is listen to the podcast. That's really
Yep, and quit being a keyboard warrior and actually put on your shoes.
Put your shoes on.
Put your combat boots on. It's time to get to work. I know everybody's tired. We've been through George Floyd. We've been through so much. We're so tired. I know. I'm tired too. I am exhausted.
Yeah, we're all exhausted. We're tired.
We still have work to do, guys. We still have work to do.
We've got drag and trans people to protect.
The work has just begun.
The work has just begun.
And it's just going to be uphill from here. So, strap on your boots, bring a canteen, reach your MREs because we are going to war.
So let's wrap it up. I want to wrap it up by saying thank you, Wendy Taylor, Wendy Williams Taylor, WWT. Yeah. Wendy Taylor for being on the show.
Yeah.
For talking about pride. Talking about you, but talking about pride. And I'm glad that I got both sides so people can see both sides of you and understand how much you love this community, how much you value this community, and how much you hate this community.
Yep.
But hate and love run on the same track.
Yeah.
So
it's just because I love y'all.
Yeah, it's just because she loves you that she hates you. And by the way, she's my new co-host. So guess what? She'll be here a lot. So if you have something to say,
so sick of me.
Like I said, you are not going to send any hate to her. You send it all to me.
Yeah.
Period. Because Wendy don't play that.
No, I don't.
So
also, I don't do social media anymore.
And she doesn't do social media. But the fact of the matter is, yes, that's a very wise thing. Yeah. But so, well, we had a great time.
I had a blast.
We're all the way in Crosby, Texas, y'all. In Crosby, Texas. Once the flight landed here, we were able to pick up our luggage and we were able to get an Uber and get here fairly quickly. So we have to catch a flight back to Houston from Crosby. So
we got to go through customs.
Yeah. Did you bring your passport this time? Because last time you had to stay with that security guard.
That was fine.
I know you. Yes, I know. You told me about it for a week.
We love cups.
A week. He bragged about it for a week. I ain't had none in months, but he's bragged about it for a week.
Good for you, Spunk.
Good for you. So we're out. Thank you, Wendy.
Right. Thanks for having me, guys. I'll be seeing y'all at Comic Palooza tomorrow.
Yeah. You'll be seeing us tomorrow.
Wait, are y'all dressing up?
I'm trying to decide.
I unfortunately, because everything happened at such a last minute, I was not able to. 1 minute we were going, next minute we weren't going.
Yeah.
Then 1 minute we were going, then the next minute we weren't going.
I have my Star Wars costume.
Oh, wait.
I
what
don't think I have my.
Oh, dude, I have
Princess
the most badass. No. No. Hell no. No, I have the most amazing pixel blade lightsaber.
Oh, sweet.
It's amazing. The rainbow blade is beautiful. I'm a big old nerd, Star Wars nerd.
I was going to wear, I can't find it. I think it might have gotten lost in the move. I had a costume from my favorite anime, Fairy Tail, at the time.
Aww.
Yes, and I was dressed up as I can't remember his name, and I'm sorry.
It's probably with all my fucking comics.
Yeah, I lost his comics. So yes, it's probably with his.
A whole box of comics.
He brought some mangas and some graphic novels and stuff. And that's not the only thing I lost in the move. I lost quite a few things in that move. So I was like, oh my God, the thing. So I lost my costume.
It's amazing. That's
I know, right?
Yeah, I actually asked me, are we still friends?
Oh my God.
But
what did I say? I forget.
Well,
let me think about it.
I think that's what you see. You were quite angry, but you were like, fine. Yeah, I guess so.
I can't say no to a question like that. I mean, come on.
Oh, man.
I said, hey, let's go shopping and I will buy you a whole thing of comics because I need to buy comics anyway. So it would have been a shopping trip. Whenever you're ready for that shopping trip, we have all summer, bro.
All right, let's go.
Oh, wait. We're going to Comic Palooza.
Yeah.
Shopping trip right
tomorrow.
there.
All right.
What are we doing? It's
Daddy,
tomorrow.
buy me a comic.
Daddy buys comic. Hey, if anybody picks us up, especially on when we, I guess we're going to post this on Facebook. I mean, YouTube.
Mm-hmm.
When?
Whenever. Yeah, soon.
Okay.
Very soon.
Maybe by Saturday.
Time is relative.
Maybe by Saturday.
Wait, no.
Maybe no. Okay.
What do we want? Time travel. When do we want it? It's irrelevant.
Oh well, you know what? Monday Tuesday or Wednesday is the first day of June, right?
We'll figure it out soon. Very soon.
We'll put it out for Pride.
Yeah.
We'll put it out for Pride.
Sometime
Fabulous.
next week.
Mm-hmm. Sometime
Early
next week.
Perfection.
We're gonna have some guests coming up here soon. I'm already talking to a couple of people. I got Jonathan Alex, who is a dancer, who has been a dancer, a photographer. He's up for Mr. Gay Houston, I think.
Oh, I love Jonathan. He's so sweet.
Mm-hmm. And
he's a sweet guy.
He has a lot of, he went through, he wants to talk about his mental health issues, all the stuff that he went through, the career change he made, all this other stuff. So we're going to have him on in a couple weeks. Fernando Vadilla is an artist, local artist who we're going to be working with. We're going to be doing some skits with him. We're going to have fun with.
I'm excited.
Fernando's going to come over. We're going to have what we're going to do is we're going to plan like a little get together at Wendy's place. And we're just going to have a bunch of us be creative and sit around and try to come up with new ideas. Cause, I think Wendy's and I's plan is one episode will be politics, fun, chit chat, that kind of stuff. Another episode will be, hey, local, what's going on in Houston? Who's my artist? Who's my musician? Who's this? Who's that? And so, yeah, we're going to be, especially a lot of, I'm really going to push for a lot more trans representation. We need more I want trans musicians, artists, writers, that kind of thing, comics, whatever. So we're really going to push trans in the drag agenda really far this year because I really do think that these are important issues because what affects them affects us.
That's right.
And gay men, you need to understand that. If it affects them, guess who they coming after that? You. So understand that.
Yep.
So we're out.
All right.
All right.
Bye.
Bye.